Asmongold is back in the spotlight, and let's just say it's not for a very good reason at all. That's right, Asmongold has been banned, according to a tweet from Dixerdo. And what we're going to do in this video is try to figure out why and see what the people are saying. Now, if you haven't heard about Asmongold, he is one of the most popular streamers in the world, who got really popular for playing World of Warcraft, but now is often talked about nowadays because of his political quote-unquote blunt takes. Back to the situation that happened today though, it's actually not confirmed as to why Asmongold was banned, but a lot of people are suggesting that the reason lies in this take he had on August 3rd, concerning the recent waves of immigration that have occurred in Spain, where he said the following.
Always, this is emotional blackmail, right? Well, you can't shoot these people, they have kids with them. Well, then don't bring your kids. If you don't want to get shot, then don't bring your fucking kids. It's really simple. You mean you'd shoot adults and deport the kids, right? Well, I'd shoot whoever. Yeah, I'd shoot whoever. I mean, if it's kids, women, men, anybody, just shoot them.
You know, I actually think
killing people is making the world a better place. But
I'm glad that we have this out in the open. Secret's hurt after all, right?
I think he wants to kill us.
Oh, no, God, no, not you per se, but just people in general.
yeah, no, I want to kill them. All of them.
Now, from a perspective of simply following the rules, this probably wasn't the smartest thing for him to say in that moment, if he wanted to respect the Twitch terms of service. I mean, after just skimming through it for a couple of minutes, you can find a lot of guidelines that Asmongold probably broke in this clip. First is a section about hateful conduct, where it basically says that Twitch does not permit behavior motivated by hatred that promotes violence against predicted characteristics, with one of them in particular being individuals of a certain immigration status. Another line in the terms of service that a lot of people are discussing is the section on violence, which is actually a really controversial topic in this discussion, and we're going to go more in depth into that later. Now, one of the most liked tweets apropos the situation is this quote retweet by Hasanabi, which has attached a lone image of soldiers reading a newspaper with the title of Austrian Man Dead. Now, no matter where you stand in this situation, you gotta admit this is kinda funny. I mean, Hasanabi is usually pretty corny when it comes to doing comedy, but he did well here. If you don't know who Hasanabi is, he's another political commentator on Twitch, and if Asmongold is considered the Batman of blunt takes, then Hasanabi would kinda be like the Superman of blunt takes. They are rivals in a way, and for Hasan to post this is a pretty droll way for him to kick Asmongold when he is down. Back to the original tweet though, a lot of people are naturally talking about the clip I mentioned earlier about immigration, with the most liked reply from the tweet, as of recording this video, saying the following. Yeah, that's what you get for saying you want children shot. Pretty reasonable ban. And the second most liked reply said something similar as well. Just for saying you wanted children shot. Outrageous. But there's also a decent amount of support for Asmongold in the replies as well, with one Twitter user saying the following. Should have supported terrorism, then he would have been safe. And another of his fans said something similar as well. Why? How is Asmongold banned, but Hasan isn't? Now, as you can see, a lot of Asmongold fans are suggesting that Twitch is playing double standards when it comes to enforcing their terms of service. This brings us back to the discussion on the community guidelines, where a lot of people are suggesting that Asmongold got banned for violating the violence part of the community guidelines, while another famous streamer got away with doing so, with that famous streamer of course being Hasanabi. People are mainly talking about a clip where Hasanabi interviewed a Yemeni man named Rashid, who would take over boats in the Red Sea, and is effectively a pirate.
بيشتغلوا على السفن بيقول لك انه
Are
سمع
they having a
انه
good time? Are they okay?
Does
he know?
بيقول لك انه الطاقم يعني انت شفت الناس اللي بيشتغلوا على السفن وبسألك انه جربوا القات هم جربوا قات
ايوه كلهم جربوا القات حتى قبطان السفينه خزن.
He's saying they've all tried qat, including the captain of the ship that he went on. He's saying that the vibes are immaculate.
No way.
He's saying he wants us to visit.
Oh, dude, I would love to one day.
Now, the Asmongold supporters are suggesting that this was Hasanabi, essentially platforming a terrorist, which in their eyes would be a violation of the very section of the community guidelines that got Asmongold banned. Now, people are pointing to a lot of other situations as well in demanding Hasanabi suspension from Twitch. And if we're being honest, most of these guys have technically broken Twitch community guidelines like hundreds of times. One situation in particular people are calling back to is the shock collar situation, which I'm sure many of you have heard about, with one Twitter user saying the following: "But Hasan Piker is not banned," with a pretty funny example of hyperbole attached to the tweet. If you haven't heard about the shock collar situation, it's basically the most universally agreed upon controversy held against Hasanabi, where Hasan and Asmongold fans alike agree that this was pretty messed up.
A moment of anger. This is a moment of fucking anger for like something that is just so routine, so silly, such a first world problem. But it is emblematic of all of America's much more consequential violence. Okay? It's the same reason as to why America, Kaya, please just fucking go, just stop. Jesus Christ, what are you doing? You're being such a baby. It's just, you're making her stressed. She just literally is.
Now in that clip, Hasan uses some sort of disciplinary device when his dog Kaya started acting up on livestream. A lot of people suggest that this was a shock collar, hence the image of his dog seemingly getting smited that I showed earlier. Hasan himself said that it was a vibration collar. Either way, it seemed like a pretty unpleasant sensation for his dog. Now if you actually look at the Twitch community guidelines, there's basically nowhere where they actually specifically ban animal cruelty, but it's assumed that it falls under the general violence category. And that's all there really is to say about the situation. Essentially, Asmongold said something pretty controversial, he got banned, and then his fans demanded that Twitch do the same to Hasan. What do you guys think? Do you believe that this ban was deserved, or is Twitch just being way too harsh? Leave your opinions in the comments down below. That's all from me. If you liked watching this video, I'd really appreciate it if you subscribed. It only takes a second and you can always change your mind later. In any case, have a great day, guys.